Hey, what's up, y'all? This is Rodney, and I'm back. And I just wanted to come and run my mouth. Listen, I did not take a lot of notes for Married to Medicine. To me, it wasn't a lot going on, but I was moved by the messy spirit of Dr. Heavenly to go ahead and um, listen. I'm really going to be talking about the show and some things that Heavenly said in her recap for last week because I just watched the one for last week just a couple of minutes ago. Well, most of it. I think I still have probably like 10 minutes left. But, anyways, so, I will say this much. Whenever I do watch Dr. Heavenly's YouTube, which is mostly when she's talking about marriage and medicine, um, she does give information. She gives a better insight of some of the mess that's going on behind the scenes. And once she starts to explain how some of the things transpired, it's kind of like, oh, because even like I think last week when I came, I was about to come and not, dig into Heavenly because that's my girl and I'm going to stick beside her. But, my opinion was completely different until I saw Dr. Heavenly's channel. And I was like, oh, now it's starting to make sense, right? Like even on today, her channel, not today, last week's review, she said something and I was like, oh, now it makes sense. So basically, okay, let's start off with the guys. Um, Eugene and Dr. Karen. You know, Eugene is very sensitive right now because, everybody is, from what the people say everybody was laughing when Anila and her husband pulled up dressed as movers. And then also, I guess what kind of made the joke even funnier was they had a small U-Haul truck, and I guess that was because Eugene and Toya allegedly were renting their furniture in their home, their previous home that they sold. Um, Heavenly tells us that basically Anila received a DM. Anila received a DM from Eugene, basically telling her to watch out for Heavenly and Quad because they're not her friends. So it is a little bit hypocritical for Eugene to then. This is what I'm adding. Heavenly didn't say this. It is kind of hypocritical for. I don't even know if the word is. I'm gonna say it makes him like a hypocrite when he says that basically kind of it should have just stayed. Basically, Dr. Karen getting in on the joke. If it was just between Toya and Anila, then he would have been fine with it. But with Dr. Karen getting in on the joke, that's where he had a problem with it. But it's kind of like Eugene, you getting involved in the mess, from what Heavenly said. So it's like you really ain't got no room to really talk. You know? Eugene is pissed off. Eugene pissed off because basically, girl, Toya got them walking around here looking like the bag ladies. Bag lady, yeah, you gonna hurt your bag, okay? Dragging all those bags like that. I guess nobody ever told you. All you must hold on to is you, is you, is you. One day, all those bags gon' get in your way. Girl, y'all got right here looking like gypsies and bag ladies because of Toya. That's why Eugene really mad, because Eugene is embarrassed. Eugene is embarrassed. That's why he's really upset, right? I'm glad that Dr. Karen let him know I ain't no punk. I might be the only person of color around here in this group, but you ain't gonna punk me, bitch. Because that's what Eugene was pretty much trying to do. He was really trying to punk Dr. Karen, okay? Because we ain't seen Eugene buck up to no other nigga in the group. And Dr. Karen let him know you ain't gonna bitch, you ain't about to make me look like a bitch on TV. Dr. Karen stood his ground, even though I also understood what Eugene was trying to say. All BS aside, even though, from what I understand, everybody was laughing at the joke. Once, not Curtis, what's his name? Cecil. Like Cecil said, once I realized that Eugene was basically pissed off about it, I kind of like stopped laughing, right? And I think that's what it is like, oh shit, my bad. I think that's what it is like once Eugene expressed how he felt about the joke. Dr. Karen, he did, Dr. Once, because I try to say doctor for everybody because I just think it's like respectful. So once Dr. Eugene, Dr. Karen, basically, once Dr. Eugene told Dr. Karen that he felt like it was disrespectful, Dr. Karen kept kind of like drilling it in his head, well, it was funny. It was funny. It was funny. Well, no, it wasn't funny because everybody wasn't laughing. Okay? And the person who you made the joke about, right? They are the ones that's going to determine whether or not it was funny. And the person who you made the joke about said it wasn't, right? So it's kind of like either Dr. Karen was like, basically, I don't give a damn. It was still, that's pretty much what he was on. I don't give a damn. It was still funny. I'll be the dullest MF in here. Eugene get mad. Call me another motherfucker. Eugene, he didn't even call you no motherfucker. He didn't even call you that. You so hyped up and sensitive because Toya got y'all moving around, girl. Atlanta, Georgia, Decatur, Blue Ridge, girl, Stone Mountain, girl, Midtown, downtown, girl, Bankhead, Buckhead. Okay, that's why you really mad because you embarrassed. But yeah, Dr. Heavenly said that Eugene had hit up, Anila said, watch out for Contessa. Watch out for Anila. Watch out for her and Quad. So you getting in the mess, but then Dr. Karen get in the mess. Now Dr. Eugene, he mad. And another thing Heavenly said too, and that's why, that's why I've been standing my ground. When it comes to Toya and Eugene and Toya low key being lazy, and I wanted to make a separate video about this, and I probably will. But the reason why people, and it's just not me, the reason why me and other people feel the way that we feel, just like Heavenly said, well, she said they rich. We know they not rich, girl. Just cause you bring in $1 million don't make you rich. Okay, you might be good. Okay, but rich is rich, wealthy is wealthy, and good is good. Okay, but Dr. Heavenly was saying basically they know that Eugene and Toya bring in over $1 million, right? So that's why it makes it kind of easier to low key poke at them. As fucked up as it may sound, and that's why I feel like I've been coming from too. Well, on top of Toya wanting to live a certain lifestyle that her money does not allow. Your money clearly don't allow you allow this lifestyle where you should have a tennis court and all that in your backyard. So it's like when you look at Toya and Eugene, and I don't want to spend too much time on Toya and Eugene because once I get started on them, I don't know why it gets me riled up. Well, I'm about to explain. Because when you look at the income that Toya and Eugene bring in, right? And from what Heavenly said, it's over $1 million. And I'm sure we all probably know that they bring in over $1 million. That is enough money to the point where you can't live like Beyonce or Kim or Rihanna or Nicki, but you can live a cute, nice lifestyle in Atlanta, Georgia. You could have a nice, cute house. You could have a few cars, right? You could probably still buy you a bag or two every now and again. That's enough money to me where I feel like you could live a comfortable lifestyle. Again, it might not be the lifestyle that you want. You might not be able to yacht every year or every summer. You might not be able to like just float around the world and go to all the fabulous parties and all this, right? But you could live a nice, comfortable lifestyle, right? I'm sure, probably after taxes, I don't know. I can't count their money. But I'm going to say probably after taxes, I could see Eugene bringing in at least $100,000 a month. If not 100,000, probably at least 80, 70. Between 70 and 100, I don't know, child. But whatever it is, I feel like it's enough to the point where, girl, y'all should not be in the situation y'all are in, where every time we look up, girl, y'all moving hit and hit and hit and hit and hit. What it comes down to is they're just not good with their money. We know this to be true from seasons ago when they let it be known. And clearly they still have not learned their lesson. So it's kind of like, girl, Toya and Eugene not getting no grace from me, right? Because one, y'all don't have to be in the situation that y'all are in. Two, if you want to upgrade your lifestyle, Toya needs to get a fucking job. And married to medicine don't count. Because clearly, even with that check for married to medicine, you still struggling. Or you're not living the lifestyle that you want to live. You see what I'm saying? It don't have nothing to do with Toya being a stay-at-home mom. It has to do with Toya wanting to live a certain lifestyle and her not being able to afford it, right? Off the income that they bring in. So instead of Toya using this platform to bring in some extra income, so Toya could probably get that Hermes bag she wants, so Toya could probably get the tennis court in her backyard, girl, she just worked Eugene like a dog. And Eugene just take it. And now he burnt out. And girl, ready he burnt out at 44. However old he is. I'm done with Toya and Eugene, child. Dr. Heavenly, Simone, Jackie meet up for lunch. Well, I don't think Simone was expecting Dr. Heavenly. It was kind of funny when she walked in the office, Dr. Heavenly was sitting in the corner. Girl, I think it's funny that I feel like Dr. Heavenly and Jackie are a good duo because, and even Dr. Simone too, because Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Heavenly and Dr. Simone, they both are the cursers, the drinkers. Well, Dr. Simone, like to throw a drink back. I don't think Heavenly drink as much as people think that she drinks. I mean, she probably have a little cocktail, but she don't drink like that. But anyway, Dr. Heavenly was cussing Dr. Jackie out because she was fussing about tomatoes being in her salad. Girl, for what it looked like to me, all Jackie wanted was some lettuce. Girl, if that's the case, girl, I could have went to Kroger and got you a little bag of lettuce. Okay. They plan a trip to Vegas. They all decide. I'm sorry. Dr. Heavenly tells them that she basically made up with Toya again. At this point, Toya is a fool to accept anything from Heavenly because, girl, quiet as it's kept. Girl, Heavenly done apologize to you 17 times. And you the fool that accept them every time, right? She said, of course, she talked to Quad. Oh, she also talked about Quad. She said that basically, her and Quad are good. She said, Quad probably gonna cuss her ass out at the reunion. She sure probably, Quad probably gonna, they turn it up for the reunions. But basically, she said she just talked to Quad. Quad cussed her. I think she said Quad cussed her out. I guess once she saw what Heavenly said on TV. And that's I think what I've been saying too. Like when it comes to like Contessa, like what Heavenly said was not that bad. Was it bad enough to get cursed out by your friend? Yes. If Contessa said I called and cussed that bitch out and told her, girl, listen, watch your mouth when it comes to me and my marriage, I would have understood that. Just like I think that's what Quad has been saying this entire time too. Like, girl, I've talked to Heavenly. Like I don't bring Heavenly is my friend, right? So I'm not gonna bring shit just to the show just because basically that's what Qual was saying without talking to her first. So if y'all see me curse her out, it's because I've already talked to her about this 15 times. Contessa didn't do that. Contessa basically, she using Heavenly for a storyline, girl. Because girl, it's not that deep. It's Heavenly ain't said nothing that was a deep. Girl. You so mad at Heavenly, honey, but you ought to be embarrassed about how your husband was acting last season. Girl, let me shut up. I don't know why I thought, even though I know that they are doctors, I thought it was so cute to see everybody like in their uniform. I don't know why I thought it was cute to see Jackie, Dr. Jackie, Dr. Simone, and Dr. Heavenly all sitting there in their uniforms. So I was like, oh my God, like these black women are really doctors. This is so cute. Oh, she said she sent a text to Contessa. Anila and her husband. Anila, she brings pizza and bourbon to this man's office. I don't know if y'all know, girl, you really can't have alcohol. But I mean, girl, it was after hours, so I guess, girl, whatever, girl. She's looking for a new nanny. I do think it's weird that she doesn't have a new nanny. I think it's not that she doesn't have a new nanny, because I know it's going to take time, because girl, whoever she gets is going to be somebody that she has to trust around her children, right? But it did seem like Miss Gomez came in. I almost feel like they kind of set it up for TV, right? Because it's hard for me to believe that this woman who has been a part of their family for years and years and years and years just came and said, hey, I'm moving. Today my last day. And then the next day she was gone. I feel like she's probably been told Anila and Dr. Karen, and they probably just kind of like, okay, well, girl, we're just going to do this scene over again for TV. Because, again, it's hard for me to believe that a woman who was that, pretty much kind of like family, just up and left like that. I don't know. But it's still, Anila, girl, you have to find a nanny, because, baby, Anila said these kids are always around me. Oh, man, when Anila said, I think Anila said these kids are around me a lot. That's what she said. When Anila said that, I don't know why I hollered. I said, well, baby, they're your kids. So Anila said, baby, I'm not used to this, and I'm used to a nanny. I'm used to her getting me a couple hours of sleep a day, okay? These kids always around me. You saw the little boy pulling out Anila's hair, okay? She basically wants her mother to come move in for a few weeks, just to see, I guess, to test her out as someone who could potentially move in. Dr. Karen was like, why you want your mama to come? To help you find a babysitter? To help you find a nanny? No, she want her to come, girl. She's going to be the nanny, okay? I don't want, what's his face? I don't want Dr. Karen to ever cut his beard off. And when they played that flashback of Dr. Karen last year, I said, ooh. Dr. Karen with a beard looks completely different than Dr. Karen with no beard. Dr. Karen is attractive with a beard. Without the beard, girl, not so much, girl. Anyways, child, they get to Vegas. That's all the notes I really took. So everything else, I'm going to have to just try to remember. They got to Vegas. Jackie. Girl, I'm sorry. Jackie, you don't drink. And we're going to get into that in a little bit. You don't drink. Everybody else in the group drinks. Whether it's a little bit or a lot, everybody else in the group drinks. I just feel like, especially when you go to Vegas, right? People are expecting drinks, fun, gambling, all that stuff, right? So I feel like especially because it was Vegas, I don't think the girls would have expected, or like even Miami, right? I don't think the girls probably would have expected that if they probably like went to like New York or something. I don't know, girl, probably so. But Vegas, you think of fun and all that. So the simple fact that girl, Dr. Jackie didn't even have no goddamn drinks in the car. Like Jackie, you could at least had a couple of bottles of like champagne ready to be popped for the girls. I don't know why when I say that aggravated the hell out of me, that Dr. Jackie really, I thought she was playing at first. But no, she was dead ass serious. Ain't no drinks in the. Ain't no drinks. Uh, Girl, you could at least put 3 bottles of champagne in here. Damn. Anyways, I thought Toya got on my nerves. Speaking of drinking, Toya got on my girl. That hotel. Not to brag, I didn't stay at that side. You know that hotel is like almost kind of brand new. I stayed there one time, not the because I think they stayed at the Conrad. I think I stayed at the Hilton. The Hilton, that hotel is like one big ass hotel. One side is the Conrad. I think it's 3 hotels. I can't remember. I think it's a Conrad. I think it's Conrad and the Hilton. Anyways, I stayed at the Hilton. It's a I think they stayed at the Conrad. The Conrad wasn't too much more expensive. Well, that room that Dr. Jackie had, that presidential suite, I'm sure that hoe was expensive. Okay? But girl, when I went, a little tip for y'all. If you go to Vegas sometimes, especially during a weekday, you can find cheap rooms. My room was like $46 a night. And that room was absolutely gorgeous. Okay? I was going to say at the Conrad, but they kind of look like similar in style. I was like, girl, I could just save I think it was like $75 more. I was like, girl, I could save my $75, girl. So I ended up staying at the Hilton. And again, it's like one big hotel, but one side is a Conrad, one side is a Hilton. I think it's called Resorts World too. I don't know if that's a separate hotel or if it's called Resorts World Conrad and Hilton, or if it's Conrad, Hilton, and Resorts World. I can't remember. Anyways, that's a nice ass hotel. But yeah, they get to the hotel. Jackie had told the girls had told Simone that they only could get 7 rooms. And even I was thinking in my head, girl, it was hard for me to believe that when she said it, I was like, how the hell, however many rooms that she basically got, it wasn't enough for everybody to have their own room. So basically 2 people were going to have to share one room. So when she said it to Simone and Dr. Simone and Dr. Heavenly, I was like, girl, how the hell y'all stand at a hotel and they put a limit on the rooms to only 7? How is it that everybody's not getting their own room? I was so confused. But when I saw that presidential suite, I said, oh, bitch. Bitch, when I said that room was a noise, I said, oh, this room is a noise. Girl, I ain't made it up there yet. Girl, I'm at the $46 level. I ain't made it to the presidential suite just yet, okay? But she basically, Heavenly thing, and I think that too now, basically, she thinks that she had Dr. Simone stay with her just so kind of, it wouldn't pick, Dr. Simone real jealous when it comes to Dr. Jackie. But I was not expecting that room. I was just expecting a regular room, probably a little bigger than, probably a little bit bigger than the other rooms, but I was not expecting the presidential suite. So when I saw it, I said, what the fuck? Girl, it was big. It was nice. Brand new. They play a game. What's the game called? When you drink, if you did something. What is it? I forgot the name of the game. Anyways, it's basically if somebody asks a question like, have you ever had a threesome? And if you had a threesome, you're supposed to drink, right? So they played that game. Dr. Jackie does not drink. I think that we who have watched Married to Medicine, girl, from season 1, I went back and watched season 1. I still, not all of season 1. I think I still got like 3 episodes and like the reunion to watch. Because I didn't get into Married to Medicine until season 2. Because I remember when I first saw the trailer for the show, I thought that Quad and Mariah were like just punks on steroids. I'm just gonna go ahead and say it. And I couldn't get into it. And I felt like we already had Tamar on TV talking about .com. That stupid .com. And I was like, oh, girl. And I felt like it was enough. I felt like it was 2 more. Girl, punks on steroids on TV. And I was like, girl, I ain't doing it. So I didn't really watch season 1. I went back and started watching it. But anyways, we all know that Dr. Jackie does not drink. So I don't know why Toya felt some type of way about Jackie not drinking. Girl, at this point, you know, you've been around Jackie for 9 goddamn seasons, girl. You know Jackie don't drink. So why are we even having this conversation? Quiet as this kept, I don't give a damn if the bitch drink or not, girl. That's more alcohol for me. Okay? That's how I look at it. Oh, child. So basically, Audra, she she inserts herself, which I thought was okay. Basically, like, girl, she just said that she don't like, if she don't want to drink, she don't want to drink, which is kind of like, that's why I feel like everybody was thinking like, Toya, what are you talking about? You know she don't drink. Oh, I forgot, Dr. Contessa is getting ready for her fitness competition. You see how the man basically gave her the things that she could not, basically the only things that she could eat. She said she was gonna be fine. She could do it. Honey, she was over there eating mashed potatoes. Girl, mashed potatoes. I saw her cutting a sandwich, cutting some type of slider in half. I guess Dr. Contessa said, girl, that diet gonna have to start when we get back. Because, girl, it's shot to hell, okay? That was pretty much it. Carrie, what's her name? The white lady? She on the trip. I don't know why she there. Where did this white lady come from? I know she been on the show. I think she was on the show the first season. Did she come first season, second season? I know she was on the show. I know. And I know she was on the show last year. But I'm just saying, like, girl, where is this white lady coming from? Hell, I forgot she was there quiet as this kept. Because she ain't said shit. Well, they haven't showed her saying anything. I'm sure she talked, but I mean, I guess she all right. I remember back in the day, I remember when I first saw her husband on TV, I thought her husband was so handsome. Anyways, what else? Quiet. I thought it was cute when everybody was standing out in front of Simone. Dr. Simone. Did y'all hear what Heavenly said? You look cute. You must got a stylist. I swear I've been thinking this whole time Simone got a... She said, no, I didn't get a stylist. I dressed myself. Because if y'all look at the way Simone been dressing this whole season, you know Simone can't dress. You know Dr. Simone can't dress. So Simone has been dressing really, really, really like cute. I thought she had a stylist too, but she said she didn't. Anyways, that's pretty much it. Then they went to their rooms. Jackie kicked them out. I guess they're getting ready for the night. Is that it? Yeah, that was pretty much it. I'll talk to y'all later. Bye. And the only person that didn't take a sip for none of the questions asked was Dr. Jackie. It kind of got on my nerve a little bit. Like, girl, just play the game. But I also get it, girl. Who gonna willingly put their business out in the streets? Because quiet as this kept, I'm going to be honest with y'all. If I was playing a game with a whole bunch of bitches either I did not know or who I probably didn't care for, honey, I'm not telling y'all my business either. Because we already know what happened on Mad Day. They throw that shit right back in your face. So I would be careful too. Rodney, you ain't did nothing. I ain't did a goddamn thing. Girl, I don't even know you like that. Or either I heard how you move. And I know how you get on Mad Day. You like to throw people mess back in their face. So I ain't did shit. I'm a saint. Okay? Anyways, I'm gone. Bye, y'all. Oh, one last thing. I did think, at one point, I thought Jackie, I was like, Dr. Jackie really gonna sit here and lie to our faces when they asked the question about who did a 69. Have you ever did a 69 before? Y'all know if y'all know what a 69 is, then girl, you don't need to know. But anyway, child, they asked who did a 69, and when Jackie said no, she basically didn't drink. And I was like, why is she lying? And then when she explained in her confessional, like, I forgot that Curtis is like 7 feet tall. So yeah, Dr. Jackie and Curtis probably have never did a 69. Girl, Curtis is tall as fuck. So yeah. But anyways, that's all I wanted to say. Bye, y'all.